Good evening, everyone. DM here from That Wrestling Show. And for those of you that don't know, prior to doing That Wrestling Show, there was another web show that we used to do that are known as The Blacklist that had a good almost 2-year run. Just to say the least, there's a big blog on it on the website about to what happened to the Blacklist, how the Blacklist came to be, and exactly what happened to it and why I'm doing the show now. That Wrestling Show, that is. As I said in an earlier video, when I posted up the blooper reel of myself making mistakes on that particular show, I happened to come, as I said, a couple of other hidden gems that I found on my hard drive. One of my plans was, over one of the Christmas breaks, was to back up every single episode of The Blacklist, God forbid anything happened, and be able to repost it just in case the YouTube or someone was, took down my account. And unfortunately, I was unable to save everything that I had wanted. Unfortunately, I had downloaded every single episode that we had done at the time, and that was close to. At that time, there was about 100-something episodes that we had done, and I had to download all 100 of them, plus all the wrestler reviews and all the other videos that I had done, and that's about 500-something videos. I think it was close to about 500 or so videos that we had all done collectively, and that's a lot of videos to download and back up, and I probably should have done it in the first place, but, I wasn't, thinking. But, of course, at the time, like I said, I tried downloading everything in the span of the 2 weeks vacation that I had off, and unfortunately things didn't quite go that way. We had power failures, the ISP went down, there were a couple of glitches on YouTube, and I just wasn't able to back everything up. Unfortunately, everything that we had done over the 2 years that we had is completely gone. But I was able, like I said earlier, I was able to retain a couple of hidden gems that I found on the back of my hard drive, and I was actually fortunate enough to actually put it on my external drive. Go figure. There's a little problem with this particular video, as that there is unfortunately no sound. I do not know what happened to the sound. I'm almost positive at the time that I had downloaded it, YouTube had disabled the sound due to not a copyright issue, but there was some kind of song track in there that they didn't necessarily care for, or that they said it was under some kind of copyright thing and they just muted the whole track, and I was unable to re-upload it because my computer ate the original file. But this is one of my most favorite episodes that we ever did on the Blacklist. A little bit of backstory. We had gotten tickets for Cyber Sunday. The last Cyber Sunday to ever take place was here in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was CM Punk's birthday, I believe it was. He was on the poster. And myself and BM decided we might as well dress up as Kane and Undertaker because, I think it was a couple days prior to Halloween, and it just made sense, and this would be a rare form that both Kane and Taker would be at the same event, at the same venue, at the same time. We figured, why the hell not? And we had the web show at the time, and we figured, why don't we configure it and kind of be the characters, and we put all this work in the costumes. I messed with the set, I got some lighting. I didn't spend a whole lot of money, but I did put a lot of work into this particular episode. Those of you that saw it in its heyday know exactly what episode this is, and those of you that have never seen it before, this is an exclusive first look of my vision, my commentary over one of my favorite episodes, the Halloween edition of The Blacklist. Ironically, episode 6. Like I said, there's no sound whatsoever. The set was, believe it or not, just my comforter. We fade to black, and I spent almost 3 weeks on this particular intro. I wanted everything correctly. If the sound was working, you would get Undertaker's theme in the background, and all that. I had thunder and lightning in here. I had the fire, the effect, and all that. Brand new font. You really can't see it that well in the fire. I didn't realize that until after I did it. But this custom wallpaper here that I found on Google, and decided I might as well use it. And there you go, right there. And it was called WWE Blacklist at the time. Go figure. Halloween special. We got a little burn fade effect right there, and I love it. And this is where you would get Kane's theme with the fire and all that. I was just learning how to get the transitions working and everything, and in about 2 seconds you're going to get it. I'm going to just pop. There we go. Look at that. The one thing I don't like about the shot is in the top right half, you can kind of see the background of my wall. But the sheet, I think, worked actually rather well. The costume came out rather well. The mask came 2 days prior to filming. It was fantastic. The hardest part about this whole getup, believe it or not, it was not the lighting, it was not the set, even though I wish I would have moved the camera or I would have done something with the sheet. But believe it or not, the hardest part of the whole costume was getting the glove. It was almost impossible finding the right glove for the entire outfit. And it's also not it's not spandex. I know it looks like spandex, but it's definitely not. That is actually a cotton shirt with some kind of, not leathery, but it's like not silk either. I don't know what kind of material the flames are in. I still have that costume today. I'd probably have to lose a couple of pounds if I'm even going to think about putting it back on. That's for damn sure. And the mask was, believe it or not, plastic. I actually had to grow my hair out a little bit to make it authentic, a little bit more authentic. I was trying to get my hair wet and kind of drape it over my head, but then we realized that it was too dark and it just didn't blend very well. And I do have eye makeup, believe it or not, in this shot. You can't quite see it because it's dark, and we were trying to go for that full effect that, Kane had blackened eyes, kind of like how Batman did in all the Batman movies. That's kind of what the effect they were going for. And, on film, it probably looks better than my eyes are black, but after going back to the tape and reviewing it, you really couldn't tell because the lighting was just dark enough to give you that red illumination effect, which is what I was going for. There are actually 2 big red lights, one on each side, that actually took care of that. It was $2 for those light bulbs. I was quite happy. But yeah, we painted my eyes black to create the shadow effect, and we didn't even realize, it's going to be so damn dark. Who's going to see anything? And either way, it was still part of the effect, and I was supposed to go with the eyeshadow makeup at the pay-per-view, but I decided, I'm not going to be wearing the mask all through the show, and I'm going to look stupid with these black circles under my eye. And ironically, Kane was the first match, so yeah, it kind of ruined the effect a little bit, but, I had to wear the costume throughout the whole pay-per-view, and I have pictures of that on that on the Facebook, and you guys can check that out. I had to do Kane's voice the best I could in this whole entire act, and it wasn't a lot of news, and here we go, here comes BM. We got the smoke, we had a strobe light for Thunder, and I'm very proud of this. He just fades right in, the lights come on, I was able to black out the clicking of the sounds. This trench coat I think we found at a Goodwill for, I think it was like $30 or something. He is wearing a Taker hat, kind of. It's more like a cowboy hat. We put eyeshadow on his eye, and we had Taker music in the background. The only thing I wish we would have and could have had was better blue lighting. For some strange reason, the blue light that we had, it did not work. It just made the room bright, kind of like a dim night light almost. And I was actually very disappointed with that because I had tested the blue light 3 days prior to filming, and it worked fine. For some reason, when we started filming with this particular shot, for some reason it didn't work. It may have been because of the black background. It may have been a number of things, but it just didn't work. The only way it worked is if you notice there was smoke. That's a slight video error. There was supposed to be smoke in the entire shot. Unfortunately, I didn't think about it until halfway during the act, and we figured we'd just go ahead. Originally, we were going to put like tattoos on his arms, but he's very skinny. And see, there's another smoke effect right there. That was hard to edit out, the fact that there was a fog machine in the background making all this noise and gibberish, and Yeah, it wasn't the easiest thing to edit out, but I was fortunate enough to do that. We had a strobe light in the background to symbolize lightning. Again, it's not the best Undertaker effect. I probably could have did so much better. But the way it all came out, see, that effect is what we wanted through the whole entire thing. But unfortunately, like I said, the fog machine made a lot of noise, and there was no way to get constant fog. And at the same time, he could have did a voiceover, but then he'd have to voice over everything that he exactly said, and that was kind of at the time hard to do. And we were going to do dry ice, but no, we weren't going to mess with dry ice. And you can kind of see the blue lighting just under his neck, and right here he does the whole. I quieted the sound and I edited it out. We had him completely disappear. There you can see the blue lighting. Like I said, it did not work the way we wanted to. The lights come back on, and he is completely gone. And that's all in one good continuous shot. How we pulled that off, I'm not going to tell you. And this is the last section of the video called The Gripe, where we're sitting on the couch. And now, for some reason, the blue light works. I don't know why. The one thing I was really pissed off at myself about was I should have put like a drape in the background. I should have did something. It now just looks like we're chilling out at Kane's place. But it still came off kind of nice. And we're just talking about Cyber Sunday. We're talking about our view on professional wrestling of that week. And how look for us on Cyber Sunday. We'll have video or photos all coming up. Go to the website and all that. And this is the ending shot that we did. More so showing off the not the posters, the costumes. Yes, that is clear plastic tape in the front because the damn thing ripped. And again, I kind of wish that there we go. Again, this was in the complete early stages of the show, and we didn't really know exactly what the hell we were doing. But hell, for a show that only had 6 episodes in, we did pretty good. Camera work was all right during this whole thing. Yeah, now the blue lights were discussing everything, saying go to the website, subscribe, and all that. Do what you got to do. We'll see you at Cyber Sunday. Thank you for watching episode 6. We put a lot of hard work and effort into this whole production. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We thoroughly loved it, and hopefully we would get a lot more subscribers after this. And if not, what the hell? And ironically, this is around the same time that we got affiliated with Scythe Ring Productions. It was around this episode, and we had kind of sort of planned to do this anyway. And ironically, they were off of Phenom Forever, that is a massive Undertaker site. This is all background effects and all that backstage stuff, working on the eyes. See, there you go. You could see me right there getting my eye makeup on, and it kind of didn't work as well as we thought it would. The crappy set. We're going over lines because we couldn't read off of them during the whole thing. And what made it worse is I have to wear glasses, and yeah, I just couldn't do it. This is us just goofing around in the studio, trying to. We did an HBK Shawn Michaels pose with Kane and Taker. I always thought that in some parallel universe it'd be funny as hell. Again, we're just kind of going through everything, doing classic Taker and Kane stuff. Originally we were going to have like a double clothesline kind of thing, but we figured what the hell, let's just do a low blow. And that's the end of the video. I wish there was a whole lot more to it, but that was it. And needless to say, I look back on it and go, wow. I don't want to say I've come a long way in video editing, but holy crap. But that was still, to this day, one of my more favorite episodes that we ever did, because in my eye, everything looked perfect, and then I look at it now and go, wow, there's just so many mistakes and errors. And not to mention that if you were able to actually hear sound on this whole entire thing, you'd hear a couple of sound blips that I didn't catch until after I posted it, but no one really complained about it. But that is it. That is, again, one of the other hidden gems that I found on my computer, backed up and saved in the back of God knows where. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the Blacklist is a distant memory, but hopefully we will be able to provide you more with more classics and more action at That Wrestling Show. You can go to the website at thatwrestlingshow.webs.com. You can sign up, look over there, check things out. There's a whole page of stuff to do, and of course, myself and BM's Facebook page is down there, and all of our affiliates. From all of us here at That Wrestling Show, I thank you all, and we'll see you next time.